Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel and happy National Fragrance Day. Today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what fragrance means to me and why I wear fragrance and why it is such a big part of my life. Because starting this channel almost 2 years ago, being a collector of fragrances for such a long time, to me fragrance is a huge part of my life, and I kind of wanted to share a little bit about that with you guys. So yeah, let's go. If you guys didn't know, this is your first time tuning in, hi, my name is Kristen, and last year's National Fragrance Day video, I like to do something special. I talked about three fragrances that had very strong scent memories for me. I got a little emotional, so if you guys are interested in that, they're still relevant. I'll link the video below. But I wanted to talk to you guys about fragrances a little bit from a personal level. Because I review fragrances, I give you guys recommendations, I share my loves and my hates with you guys. And sometimes I love to sit down and chat with you guys. In fact, I always love to sit down and chat with you guys. But for today, I kind of wanted to get into why, a little bit more in depth, why fragrance is so wonderful to me. And I talked about it before in another video, and I've talked about this before in other videos, but I'm kind of going to compile everything here. So if you've watched my videos in the past, you might already know some of this stuff. But one of the things for me that made fragrance so important to me actually stemmed from something growing up that was really hard and not fun and not cool. When I was bullied from literally like kindergarten to 8th grade, pretty, not viciously, not crazy viciously, but to the point where it caused a lot of anxiety and depression and things I'm still dealing with today. I had a group of friends and we were all girls, and sometimes little girls can be just mean to each other, and one of the friends had a little sister and they were just kind of like vicious. They were friends, but they just weren't nice. And so on top of being bullied by most of my classmates, people that I trusted would do that as well. And one of the things they would do is if, you know, as a group of friends, if we wanted to do something and, you know, I decided I didn't want to do something, even if other people decided they didn't want to do it, but if I vocalized that, you know, I don't want to see this movie, or I don't want to help with this because I have to worry about this for me, they would always say I had BO. And like she would pull her little sister because she was 2 years younger, so we would all have recess at the same time, and they would all kind of like, oh, you smell bad. Doesn't she smell? It was just like this thing that went on for like years. And it got to the point where I constantly, like, I had deodorant in my bag. I put deodorant on like several times a day. At school, I had body sprays, body lotions. Like, it became a thing where I needed to smell good, because so that way I knew that it wasn't me, that was just them being mean. It was just this thing. And it's not something that comes into now, but it did play a part in me really searching out other things to smell good. So it wasn't just like the Body Shop or the Bath and Body Works body mists and body lotions. I actually started to really search for fragrances and find what I like to smell like, and it did open a lot of doors for me. So even though at that point of time it was really rough and really hard, I actually am grateful for the passion that I gained for it and the experience that I gained from it at a young age. Like, I knew what I wanted to smell like, I knew what I didn't like to smell like. I really started to enjoy different types of fragrances and different types of experiences with fragrances. And it's when I really started wearing green tea from Elizabeth Arden, which was like my gateway into Francis Kirk John as a nose, and it's when I really liked wearing Clinique Happy, and it kind of stemmed into me like collecting and getting really excited at a young age. And then for my first job, it helped me get the first job as working at a beauty store as a fragrance and like cashier, as a fragrance woman and cashier. And although those girls were vicious and cruel, it actually, I'm thankful I'm really thankful because I love this part of my life. I love fragrances. I don't wear fragrances now to hide insecurities. I wear fragrances now as a form of self-expression. And I really feel like if it wasn't for that part of my life, I don't know how involved I would be in fragrance now, and it's just been wonderful. So that is one of the things that fragrance means to me, is it's kind of like almost a coming of age, coming to myself, really figuring out what I wanted out of smelling like. But it became a huge part because I started to really appreciate the artistry and really started to appreciate the different experiences for me and for other people around me. It got me my first job, which although was horrible in a lot of cases, was also really amazing in a lot of cases too. And knowing knowing now if I could go back in time and still apply for that job, knowing I couldn't change any of the experiences, if every single interaction would have to remain the same, I would still do it because I gained a lot from that, and I'm really grateful. The thing is for me, fragrance is a variety of different things. Fragrance is a form of self-expression, it's artistry, whether or not you're talking about a body mist or you're talking about a luxury niche house. Somebody has to sit down and create that composition of fragrances, has to create those notes. People have to smell it and think it smells good. It is a long process to make any type of smell, and there are some noses that have specific proprietary scents, and when you go to them for their fragrances, you're obviously going to get this type of scent. This person is known for this person is known for this. And I think that is amazing because it's like a calling card or a signature. It's like signing your name on a painting, or having a specific style of painting, or a style of playing music, or how you dress. I love that. And that is something that is so wonderful, something that gets me really excited. And for me, fragrance is not just smelling good, not just a way to smell good. It's experiencing art with your nose rather than with your ears or with your eyes or with your mouth. If you're eating food or listening to music or looking at art, it's an olfactive art experience, and I love that. So that is one of the ways fragrance is really special to me and means a lot to me. And it did stem from something dark and something sad and something that I wouldn't wish on anybody, but I always think it's important to take the bad and turn it into something beautiful if you can. And I like to think that because of those experiences, because of that, I've gained so much more. I mean, I've gained a lot of more confidence. I've gained a hobby and a passion that I absolutely adore. I'm being able to experience art in a completely new way that a lot of people don't really consider when it comes to fragrance. Like, a lot of people, when they think of art, they think of music and they think of like paintings or sculptures, but art is all around us. Art is in the food we eat. Art is in the advertisements that we see. I mean, I like to think that every single thing that we look at, an artist was behind. Show you an example. This is really silly. This is a box of cereal, a giant box of cereal, guys. But when I'm talking about art is all around us, somebody had to design the box, somebody had to design the logo, somebody had to choose the specific colors that worked well together to grab your attention. Somebody had to individually place all of these things in there, because you know they didn't just throw this in the bowl. They literally placed everything deliberately everywhere, which I always think is crazy. But every single decision when it comes down to this was done by an artist, was done by a graphic artist, was done by somebody who studied advertisement and things that worked, and that is a form of grabbing your attention, and that is artistic. And so being able to see art everywhere I love, and being able to experience art with pretty much every single one of your senses is so amazing to me. And I don't know if I would be able to fully appreciate the olfactive art if it wasn't something that I started to really search for early on. So fragrance to me isn't just a means to an end to smell good, isn't just a means to an end to smell unique and different or have a signature scent. To me, it is artistic. To me, it is something that is a form of self-expression, is a way for you to accessorize yourself other than just necklaces or makeup or the clothes that you wear. It's definitely another form of expression and just another amazing form of expression, and I love it. Now, not everyone thinks the way that I do, and that's totally legitimate. Just because I think a certain way about fragrance doesn't mean that somebody else is going to put the same weight or less weight. Some people, it's even more to them than it is to me. And that's something else that I find to be really beautiful about enjoying art and expressing yourself, is that for every person, their experiences and what they think is right and wrong is correct. For somebody, wearing a fragrance is just a means to an end to smell good. Maybe they're going out and they just want to smell nice and just make an expression, so they have a signature scent. Other people like to wear a variety of different things. Other people only wear niche or designer. You know, some people don't even like scents. It's just not their thing. Everybody is correct in this regard, as long as they're being kind to each other. And that's what's beautiful about fragrance. That's what's beautiful about this community and this hobby and this passion and this obsession, is that there's so many different ways that you can interact with the fragrance. And I feel like it's so meaningful to me to be able to smell the journey that some of these fragrances took, to be able to experience different ways that the same nose plays with the same notes and creates a variety of different fragrances. It's really awesome to see how fragrance houses grow, how some of these niche houses started off with one scent and now maybe they have 20 or 30, and to see how they develop and grow, to see just how things change in the community, to see trends that are coming and going. It's just really fantastic to me, and I know I'm talking in circles and I'm really good at that. I'm going to end this here so this isn't a long video because I don't want it to be crazy long, but to me, fragrance is an experience that we all get to enjoy, or hate if you don't like fragrances, but it's something that we all get to experience. And for some people it means a lot more, and to some people it doesn't, and there's nothing wrong with whatever it means to you in whatever capacity. But for me, fragrance is something that kind of transcends just smelly water. To me, it is an artistic expression that I can use to throw out to the world and say, this is what I want to smell like today, this is my mood, this is what I'm feeling, this is how I want to present myself. And part of that did stem from being bullied, but now it's blossomed into something really beautiful and fantastic, and I'm just so happy to have it in my life. And so when I talk about fragrances, you guys, and you watch my reviews and you listen to my my top lists or anything like that, I just want you guys to know that it ultimately stems down to a love and a passion for the artistry behind the scent. It doesn't mean everything has to be fine art. It doesn't mean everything has to be masterpieces. There's beauty in simplicity. There's beauty in minimalism. There's also beauty in complex fragrances. There we go. You guys know I jumble my words. But there's beauty in just about everything. And I love smelling inexpensive fragrances that smell expensive. I love smelling inexpensive fragrances that are simplistic and beautiful. I love smelling expensive fragrances where you can really smell the care and the time that went into creating them. I love smelling really awesome inspired fragrances, clones or dupes, that are done properly and not just like a cheap imitation. I love smelling the originals. I love appreciating originality, complexity, avant-garde conceptual fragrances, and also easy to wear beauties that you can wear everywhere and a lot of people can appreciate. There are so many different ways you can really participate in this community and appreciate fragrance, and I think it's just so wonderful, and I really kind of wanted to drive that point in for National Fragrance Day. And I feel like I'm talking in circles. I feel like this video is getting too long and I might have kind of lost the point I wanted to say. So I'm going to end the video here, but I'm just going to sum it up. To me, fragrance is olfactive art that is really something special. There's something about seeing and there's something about hearing, but to me, like, smelling is just as equal to a beautiful song or a fantastic work of visual art. And I just love experiencing it, and although it did start from a dark place, it has blossomed into something beautiful and wonderful, and I wouldn't change anything. You know, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm not saying I condone that behavior, but from what happened, from the passions I've gotten, the relationships I've made because of this, the lessons I've learned, it stemmed into something beautiful and something I'm really proud of, and that's my love for fragrance, and that's this journey I'm going on, learning more, experiencing more, and I'm very thankful that I was able to do that. And fragrance is very special to me. It's wonderful. I love it. And I also love sharing this journey with you guys. I learn so much from you guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I keep driving into, my channel is not from a place of authority. My channel is not from a place of me being any type of expert. My place is a place of a consumer who likes to buy perfume and is sharing her experiences and her reviews with people who are her peers or are above her in knowledge and experience. I don't think anyone is below me when it comes down to experience or knowledge. I am a novice when it comes down to fragrances, and I love learning and sharing what I've learned with you guys, and I learned so much from you guys, so thank you so much for all of that and making this experience even better. I hope you guys all have a fantastic National Fragrance Day. I was gonna say Natural Fragrance Day. National Fragrance Day. And I would love to know what fragrance means to you guys. It could mean something fantastic. It could not mean that much at all. You might just like to smell good. Everybody is correct when it comes to this, and I would just love to know what it means to you guys. So let me know in the comment section below if you are so inclined. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.